Please remember to like the video and also consider subscribing. And now the details. The government is paying close attention to the increased production and trafficking of synthetic drugs in Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the drugs such as Molly and ecstasy are challenging to detect and eliminate. He noted a trend in relation to these drugs in the USA indicating this could easily occur in Jamaica. The Prime Minister added that there is also concern about the rising cocaine production in Colombia and increased cocaine seizures in Jamaica. He also stated that so far this year, approximately 7,762 kilograms of marijuana has been seized along the country's southwestern border. There have been 2 seizures of MDMA originating from the United States of America and the Netherlands. There were 4 such seizures in 2022. Mr. Holness said the war on drugs must be fought parallel to the war on guns. He said this must be done to save lives and should be done in a cooperative way. Mr. Holness explained that Jamaica's real interest lies in the control of illegal weapons that support the drug trade. House Speaker Marissa Del Filibert is facing growing pressure to step down in the wake of a determination by the Integrity Commission that she be charged for making a false declaration. Today's call came from the National Integrity Action NIA and the Advocates Network. Justice Minister Delroy Chugg said parish courts being backlog-free is a remarkable achievement. He was reacting to the disclosure by Chief Justice Brian Sykes, who stated that this achievement comes 2 years ahead of schedule. The Chief Justice also said the active caseload for the parish court is below 3%, which is better than international requirements. He added that with most cases being cleared up within 12 months, a revision of the time standard will be done to reduce it to 9 months. Mr. Truck, in reacting to the news, said the court is doing very well. He said Jamaica has not yet arrived at the world standard, but the sector is on its way. The bail application for Constable Noel Maitland, who has been in custody since last July for the murder of 24-year-old social media influencer Donnelly Donaldson, has been put off until November 15th. The bail hearing was set for today in the Home Circuit Court, but Attorney at Law Christopher Townsend told the court that Maitland was having trouble attending as he did not have appropriate clothing. The hearing was subsequently put off. Donnelly was reported missing on July 13 last year. While her body has not been found, the Crown is alleging that she was killed a week later on July 12 and is relying on technology and forensic evidence to prove its case. In addition to murder, Maitland is also charged with preventing the lawful burial of a corpse. The body of an unidentified man was found in a hole in St. Elizabeth this morning. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto, said the hole is about 50 feet deep. He said foul play is not suspected.
We're here in the Claremont community, the parish of St. Elizabeth, where a body is seen in a hole. It is approximately 50 feet down, and so we are now conducting a recovery operation. We are awaiting some experts from the scenes of crime, as well as our CIB and the fire department, and we will also be supporting the residents as we seek to extract the body. I would not want to speak to the identity until we have retrieved the body from this hole. The investigation so far over is that no foul play has been suspected.
Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto. Residents of Trenchtown in Kingston are calling on the government to address the water issues plaguing their community. This, as they say, they have been living without consistent access to the commodity for over 5 months, making life difficult for them. They are calling on Water Minister Matthew Samuda and the local government minister Desmond McKenzie to intervene. Recently, the government announced the allocation of $150 million for its drought response initiatives. Samuda said the money will be used to provide water to government-run institutions and communities badly affected by the lack of water. He said the money will be dispersed to the National Water Commission and the National Irrigation Commission and the Ministry of Local Governments. With climate change and other issues affecting agriculture in the region, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Floyd Green is advocating for more partnerships to create a sustainable agricultural future for the Caribbean. Mr. Green said agriculture and fisheries stand at the cornerstone of creating better lives for Caribbean citizens. He notes that the challenges faced by Caribbean countries with agriculture and fisheries are regional issues, not unique to individual nations. The minister cites recent drought conditions which have impacted farmers in Jamaica, Barbados, and elsewhere. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green, he was delivering the main address at the opening ceremony of the high-level ministerial meeting for Caribbean Ministers of Agriculture and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The reform of the Program of Advancement through Health and Education path will be managed by a steering committee and will be supported by 2 technical working groups. Labour Minister Pernell Charles, who will chair the committee, made a disclosure during a statement to the House of Representatives yesterday. The steering committee will review recommendations, serve as an advisory body, and will make decisions on the reform process. Decisions will also be made through a consultative process. Mr. Charles Jr. pointed out that timely updates and reports will be provided to the Cabinet on the progress of the reform. With respect to the technical working groups, Mr. Charles Jr. said one will review the technical design of path, including the selection criteria and benefit levels. The second will review the general rules of the program, including the conditionalities and criteria for continued eligibility. Parliament yesterday approved the withdrawal of $282 million from the Capital Development Fund to provide budgetary support to the Jamaica Bauxite Institute for the 2023-24 financial year. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark also asked for a withdrawal from the fund to facilitate the payment of outstanding management fee of $2.5 million to the Development Bank of Jamaica. Speaking in the lower house, Dr. Clark explained that the budgetary support to the JBI is expected to cover 70% of the entity's operating expenditure. Dr. Clark stressed that the CDF withdrawal should only be used to support the JBI. He further informed that Cabinet has approved the appointment of the Managing Committee chaired by Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison, which is expected to provide additional oversight of the CDF. And with that story, we have come to the end of the local news. Please remember to like the video and also consider subscribing